Hey guys, Anton here. It's 1:57 a.m. on a Friday. I had this great idea that, I could try to help people learn React by building something in an unscripted fashion. What do I mean by that? I mean, I haven't done this before. I've built other stuff with React, but I haven't built this. I don't really have a good idea of how I'm going to do it. I don't have a structure in place. We're just going to try to do it. We're going to struggle along the way. We're going to Google. We're going to use Stack Overflow. We're going to copy and paste. We're going to break it. And we're going to fix it. And we're going to make it work. We're going to do it strictly front end. There's no back end. We're going to do real data fetching though. I don't really have a great format for this, but I'm thinking 30-minute clips. Break it up into sections that you can digest in one sitting, and come back later and continue, and you'll be able to follow along from start to finish. And the benefit being it's unscripted. I haven't done this, so it's like we're going to struggle through it together and hopefully get something out that works, using React, of course. So why don't we just get started? Let me put on some music. Alright, so I have two screens, two monitors. On my left I have the recording, and then on my right I have my main monitor, which I'm doing all the coding on that you guys can see. And I have a whiteboard behind me, but we're not going to use that. So the first things first is actually looking at Twitter, because we're going to build a Twitter clone. Probably has been done before many times, hundreds of times. But you know what? It's straightforward. It's going to be a good example of, an end-to-end application that does something. Loading tweets, potentially. I don't think we'll be able to post tweets because we don't have authentication in this app. But we'll be able to do a bunch of other stuff and simulate, an app using React. So the first things first, whenever I start a project, I go to the React homepage and I look up the command for creating a React app using actually their CLI, which helps you bootstrap the app. And the command's actually right here. So we're going to use Yarn. I like Yarn. It's a package manager, if you guys aren't aware of that. It helps resolve dependencies pretty nicely. And let's see what else we need here. Okay, we're going to use TypeScript. TypeScript is much better. It'll help us strongly type our app and avoid a bunch of errors by not guessing what certain types are going to be, what function input's going to be, or what function output's going to be. So this is the command here. Alright, so let's just go to terminal. I'm on Windows. You guys can do this on any computer, Mac, Windows, whatever you want, Linux. Okay, so let's go to documents, let's go to personal. Let's copy this command. My app, let's call it Twitter clone. And we want template, TypeScript. Yeah, I did say we're going to do a lot of copy pasting, so let's do that. Let's see what happens now. I hope the music's not too loud. It's not for you, it's for me. It's keeping me awake. Let's see. What do I have open here? I have the Twitter developer platform open. A request that fails. And then the dashboard, so we're going to go here. Go to the dashboard. We'll do this after we set up the project. This will give us the API key which lets us make requests to Twitter for getting tweets. You know, stuff like this, building a timeline. Alright, so cd Twitter clone. Alright, we have something here. Let's open it up. Personal clone, open it up. Alright, so what do I have here? I'm sure it'll be on okay there. Alright, so we have a simple React app with some TSX, which is like JSX but for TypeScript, and some other nonsense that React creates. We're not going to do any testing. We just go straight to production. We're not going to do any web vitals. It's not our logo. Index. Yeah, okay, let's clean this up. Let's. Oh, what did I delete? Okay, delete the wrong thing. All right, this looks fine. That looks fine. We don't need to import React everywhere. It's automatic. You should need to import it when you use it. Test, delete that. Yeah, we don't need any of this. Delete this. Delete this. Okay. It's going to be empty. Export it. Let's export something for now. Okay. So we're importing the app. We're rendering it in strict mode. We have a public folder here. We have some packages. Let's see what React version we're using. 18. Oh, I haven't even used 18 yet. I have no idea how this is going to work, but let's try 18. Okay. Let me open another terminal. Do I need another terminal? Yeah, I do. Okay, so yarn start. That should start the local server. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, we have a beautiful rendering of the app. Download DevTools. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see. So we go back here, and what I want to do is actually fix these imports. I want to see if we can do relative imports. Let's see. Actually, sorry, I want to do non-relative imports. Module resolution, blah, blah, blah. Non-relative. Absolute imports. Just go to Stack Overflow, they always have the answer. Alright, let's see if we have that on our tsconfig. Include source. Base URL, do we have that? We don't have a base URL. Source. Is that it? Oh, look at that. That's it. Now you can have beautiful imports without the ugly relative nesting. Alright, cool. So they're up running. Oh no, it failed. Why did it fail? Let's see. Probably just crashed. Yeah, it looks fine. Open the console with F12. Alright, we're good. Now, what are we going to do here? We're going to skip this for now. We're going to go here. Look at Twitter a little bit. Alright, so we need to come up with a little layout that looks like this. And what I prefer to use is a library called tachyons for styling. There's other stuff like Tailwind, which is really popular for styling, which is just a set of classes that you can reuse over and over instead of using a bunch of custom CSS. We're going to need custom CSS regardless, you know, to make buttons like this. You know, make a search bar like this. Visit the Explore page. So, what do I want to do now? I want to install tachyons. Let's go here. Let's go install tachyons. Copy that. Here on add tachyons. We're going to do a CSS file called global. Now there's going to be, you know, a globally defined CSS. We're going to define our variables here for reuse later, which is going to be like this. Color, primary, you know, blue. And then we can reuse this in other places like body. Can reuse it like that. Yeah, we can reuse it anywhere actually in any CSS file that we have. I'll show you how. It's very simple. React handles a lot of this. It's bundling the CSS and everything. But first we want to import tachyons. Import. Use a squiggly line. Gonna go here. Gonna find the path to tachyons. Tailwind. I didn't buy Tailwind. There we go. CSS tachyons. Tachyons. Am I saying that right? Tachyons. Alright, so that should work in theory. We're going to test it by going back here and adding it here. In our app, we're going to add a class, padding. Let's see if it works. Oh, we're not importing the CSS file. Okay, let's go back here, import global.css. What is this error? Can't resolve tachyons. Oh, definitely got the path wrong. Jeez. T tachyons or CSS. Yeah, okay, that's working. So we can see it here. Let's put this down here. Go to app. Okay, we have tachyons set up. Looks good. What do I want to do first? First, I want to do this layout. Right? I'm going to use a bunch of flex. We have three sections, if you will. 1, 2, 3. This one is fixed. This one is fixed. This one is fixed. Okay, we'll try to do that. Let's close a bunch of this stuff. Leave tachyons open. We're gonna reference this for some good stuff later. Why is it blue? Let's see why this is blue. Oh, I made it blue. Let's get a better font. Let's actually see what font Twitter's using. Twitter chirp? Jesus. I don't think I can get that, but let's try Google Fonts. Rubato. Let's try regular. Bold. Maybe this for headings. And then we're gonna do this here. They want us to do 3 of these, okay? Open up the index file. Add this good stuff in here. Google's gonna let us use it. I'm gonna add the rule here. Font primary. So I like to prefix with, what category and then the variant. So we'll do this. Font primary and body. Make sure it looks good. Body. Working? Is it working? Let's refresh it. No, I think it's working. Is it working? Font. For some reason I thought font was the right property. In this case, font family is the right property, I forgot. So font family, okay. Make this normal. So the base size of 16. I think actually Tachyon sets it for us. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. So we go here. Now we have a nice looking font. Let's do left, middle, right. Alright, let's go to our app. What is this? Client. Oh, this is the okay. So we have app. We're gonna do left, middle, right. So we need a container. We can do a fragment. A container. No, we need a real div class. Flex. Div dot left. Div dot center. Div dot right. Center left. Okay, looks good. All right. Left, center, right. Yes, sir. But if you look, you get bigger here. They have a maximum constrained width. So I guess the total would be computed. We're going to find out the width of this sidebar, which is 878. 78. And the rest of the content, 990. Oh, 990. 990 is the width. 990 is the width, 275. 1265. Okay, we need a max width on the container, so we're gonna need enter our first app component. Well, actually, it's gonna be a page, home page. If you look, the things that are changing are the center and the right. Actually, yeah, the center and the right. Center and the right. Does this ever change? No. Okay. So the left bar never changes, so we actually want, it's going to be our app container. Let's just call it app container. Always automatic. Yeah, this will just update the imports if we rename it. Make this a little smaller so it's easier to see. Okay. So we go to app container, left, center, right. Then we need our class, custom CSS, import styles. We're going to use CSS modules, app.module.css. I'm going to create a new file. We're going to do, we'll call it components, I guess. Okay. Let's rename this container. Okay, so I like to use a library called class names, which helps us combine class names and also use conditional class names. So if we go npm and we search class names, we'll see the utility for conditionally joining class names. Let's add it here. You want to add class names. We'll import automatically. What do we want now? We want styles dot container. Let's not keep too many things open. Split it here. Max width 1265px. App.module, let's see this. Why is it breaking? Oh, we want this. We want the right path. Okay, now we're going to add the center class, which is from tachyons. Alright, now we have the same width. Yeah, so they have a padding here, that's why. We have the same width as Twitter, effectively. Same width app as Twitter, okay. So we have these nice looking buttons here with icons. Okay, let's try to do that now. Let's create a new component sidebar. Sidebar. Let's do export default function. Return a div. We use flex for everything. Flex. All right, let's use a little more semantic, right? It's a list. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like a list. It's actually a menu. We're gonna have. So these are all. What are these links? The actual links. Okay, so link. Oh, we need to add a router. Right, to handle client-side routing. That'll take you from, one page to another and handle rendering the right component every time you navigate. This is all client-side, so as you see, the page is not reloading. It's just rendering new components every time you navigate. Okay, React app. So now let's add the router. Now add React router. React It's like the latest React router. Okay, React router down at 6. So we're almost approaching 30 minutes. Decent progress, I guess. We got set up, right? Maybe we could have moved a little quicker, but it's fine. We're trying to set up and not skip steps. We're also trying to talk through it. Let's keep this open because we're going to need to know how to use this. Alright, so flex column. Now we have link, which belongs to the React router component library. And we need a 2. Let's just make it home or whatever, index home. We're not actually importing this. Nice. Okay, this is annoying. We need to fix user settings. Prefer. Oops. So we want to add the absolute imports. Let's see what JavaScript. Here is what we want, right? I already have it. Non-relative? Why do I not have that? Import module specifier. I don't have that. Let's see now. So now, if we do this, if that work, if we get the absolute import. Oh shit. Oh, there it is. Alright. What? Use ref. Oh, yeah, we have to add the provider, right? Which will provide a router context to our entire app. Let's call it index. Browser router. Okay, so now we have a router. We have home. Looks pretty ugly, but that's fine. We need to make it look like a button. Let's create some global buttons. BTN. We want to make it look like a button, so we want no underline. Text decoration none. We want to do whatever color this is. Color this is, color. I don't like this song. Let's change this. It's just black. That's great. And then the hover. We have the hover on the. What? Where's the hover, guys? It's not there? It's here. Right there. And where's the hover? Jeez, this guy's using JavaScript for the hover? He's using JavaScript for the hovers. Not sure why they're doing that, but it's like a gray. 15, 20, 25, 0, 1. 15, 25, 20, 25. Color gray. Okay. So, btn. So we're setting the background color on her. And we're going to use it in our left sidebar. Left sidebar's here. We're going to use it in class name. BTM. Does that look like Twitter? Yeah, I guess it looks like Twitter, right? So we'll have to add some padding. Font size. What's font size of this? 20. Okay. Alright, that's fine. So let's do this. F4 PH4 P2. We'll just, we'll try this out. BR pill. Okay, that looks okay. Looks decent, right? The color's wrong though. New color. Okay, is there a different color here? No, that looks good. Is this black? Is that not black? Oh, I need to set it on button, sorry. Alright, looks good, guys. Let's do this for the rest of them. Explore communities, notifications, messages, bookmarks, profile. I don't know if we'll get some more or all these other stuff, but let's just add it. Alright, there's a bunch of spacing here as well. If you see that. It's margin. Is that the right font size? 20, yeah, it looks like the right font size. The vertical padding seems much bigger. Computed. Let's see. Padding 12, 12, 12. What's our padding? Computed 8. Computed 3. Is it too much? 16. It's a little more than Twitter, but so we're not trying to get perfect here, right? MB2. Let's just do this. Alright, we have a nice little. Yeah, we can have a nice little push. Nice little margin on the bottom. Alright, cool. So Twitter has this unique scrolling, and they have this border right. Let's see how they did this. How did they do the border right? Maybe it's from the center container. Styles border. One px. Okay, they did it from the center. Yeah, we'll worry about these icons soon as well. Let's try to make this tweet button. This looks like more padding, more margin. Button, tweet, class name, btn, ph, let's do pa4, pill. Looks terrible. ph4 pv2. Not bad. A little better. What's the font size here? 17. Really? I have 16. I have 16. Okay. F5, is that bigger? No, it's not. F4. Let's do that for now. So we need to actually reset button styles. Cursor, pointer. However you want the little hand. You want no border. If you actually do this on set. Oh shit, no, you don't want that. Let's do border 1. Is that an outline? I think it's an outline. Actually, outline seems kind of good, right? Tweet, the color is blue. Let's get this blue color. It's gonna be here. Color blue, right? Or let's call it primary. That looks like Twitter's primary. And then we're gonna do that. BTN primary. So we have a variant now to our button. Right? This is a standard button. This is our variant button. Background var primary. Right? So we're gonna need both BTN and BTN primary now to modify the button. Okay, not bad. Actually, I want it to be color white. 3 6. We don't want that. We want a darker blue. Color primary dark. What's going on here? Background color, primary dark. Oops. Typo. Let's just get the real thing here. Actually, yeah, they have the JavaScript triggering this, but I guess that's fine, right? This text looks bold. Is it bold? Oh my god, it's bold, okay. So let's make it bold, right? B. Okay, let's get rid of the hover. Make it a little more bluish. It's too big, the text, right? So let's just do regular text 16. It's not perfect, but you know, it's not bad. Why are these all the same? They shouldn't be all the same width. This is actually going to be a full width, W100. And these are going to be start, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't want them to take up equal width, which is what's happening here, right? And start, that means they're just gonna take up as much width as they need. They're actually gonna start on the left and take up as much width as they need. Alright, gets us what we want, right? Now let's add a little padding here. Let's take their icon. Copy this SVG. This is the icon here. We'll do. We'll actually do assets. Call it icons. Logo TSX. Explore default function. Logo. Return the SVG. Clean up a little. See if this works. Logo. Works. Color's wrong. Need primary color. Okay, so now we're gonna do some of our own utility classes, I like to call them. Color primary var. We actually need to put it here. We're near to this shit. Okay. This didn't work. Oh, I know what to do. SVG is interesting, so you need to inherit the color. Fill, maybe? Nice. And we're gonna need a custom size. These are utility classes again from tachyons. So that looks pretty good. Let's do a little more. There's like a little margin here, right, on the top. Looks like there's just padding actually. It's gonna be a button or a link. Let's make it a link. Where does it take you? Home. It's the same thing, okay. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, that's fine. Let's add some padding. Yeah, they have some padding. Maybe 3. Looks like too much. Alright, it's getting late, guys. We'll pause here and I will continue where we left off. Have a good night.